All right, believe it or not, we are back. It's been probably 3 months since we put up a video. There's been a lot going on. Lots of problems with the FC. I got the COVID, all kinds of stuff going on. I left town for work, but we're back. We're at Lucky7 because we have reached our limit with trying to figure out what is going on with the heat problem with the RX7, and we noticed that there's something weird with the timing going on. So we said, hey, we've got pretty much everything else up and ready to go. Let's go ahead and get it up there. Hopefully these guys can troubleshoot the timing. We can get some power down. We can finally start enjoying this car. So keep you updated. Happy to be back. All right, so we've been here for just a little while already, maybe about an hour. I've already fixed my fuel pump because the wiring inside the tank was not going good. And it actually died right before we pulled onto the dyno. And the timing issue is already fixed. So it was something in the software, so it wasn't something that we could fix working on the car. No matter what we did, we couldn't get it right, but it was something in the software, so that's been taken care of. It already sounds a ton better, so I'm excited. That means we should be able to do a full, complete, successful dyno session today.
I'm ready for it. And this dude over here is actually a professional fabricator making exhaust for an FD. Hopefully I'm going to watch him too, hopefully pick up a few tricks. So.
That's right. And I think we figured out why the V-band is leaking. So we learned some tips for that and maybe how to solve it. And then so we'll have no exhaust leak too once we get the little gasket we need. So doing good. So things are getting dialed in right now, mostly for drivability and, you know, function of the car, because it's a street car. And the problem we're running into right now is that if you guys have been following along, had so much trouble cooling the car. Now that's because of a timing issue that was in the software after the quick base map session that we had in my garage, which we couldn't really do much. So we made the cooling system basically be able to handle these bad settings that was making it so hot. So now that it's running correctly, it's not warming up. So we had to kill the low speed fan setting. We got it to warm up, but now it's running really efficiently and cool, and just with the blower on the dyno, it's cooling back down right away and the fan's shutting off. So that's awesome. So that's a good sign, because once we get this up and running, we do take it to a track day. Even if it's warm outside, we can rip it and rip it and rip it. The brakes will probably start fading before the engine overheats. So that's one positive. So far pretty good. We just stopped to drain the fuel of the 91, get the 85 in there, and then to change the spark plug, so we got some fresh plugs. So far we've had to rewire the fuel pump like I mentioned. We had a coupler blow off, another hose blow off from boost leaks, but we're finding all that stuff out. And we just made, what was it, like 353, which is more than we made last time just on regular pump gas. So that means we're doing pretty good. It's not significantly more, could just be because of temperature, but I'd say we're gonna hit where we were before, and just excited to get her running again. So we're gonna do a few more pulls here with the 85, get that all set up, and then we'll be on the road. So the car is warming up again. We did have to rewire the fuel pump a second time because I had the stock fuel hanger harness on there, and it was just once we switched to E85 and it was calling for the higher volume of fuel, the fuel pressure was cutting out because too much resistance, the wires couldn't handle it, they were getting too hot. So right now we just have it rigged up with the wires going to the fuel tank just to finish up on the dyno, and I'll get a bulkhead connector situation set up for that. As soon as we get back, we're going to trailer the car back this time, so no challenges there. But this should be the last few pulls to get the E85 set up, and then we can get on the road. Oh, we've been up for a long time, but it's always worth it coming to Lucky7. As usual, the guys at Lucky7 have saved our dyno day multiple times. We had a third rewire of the fuel pump, so apparently the relay may have been the problem this whole time. So we bypassed the relay right now just to finish this dyno session. I'm going to have a lot of homework when I get home. Alright guys, so we're back home at Moore Garage. Dyno day got pretty hectic because we had to end up doing a ton of troubleshooting with whatever was going on with the car. It turned out to be that we had a bad channel on the Haltech sensor going to the fuel pressure sensor. So it looked like we would go, and then it would drop fuel pressure, and we couldn't figure out why, so we ended up chasing things all the way back to the fuel pump, which we had initially had the problem with the fuel pump dying when we first showed up, which was my wiring wasn't super good, so we redid it. Anyway, we chased it all the way back, and we did find some issues. Like, I had the 10 gauge wire from the power block I made going to the stock S5 fuel pump harness, and that was getting pretty hot. The relay was getting pretty hot, and this was all happening once we switched to the E85 tune, because it calls for the fuel pump to provide so much more flow because you need so much more fuel. So we decided to, while we were there, just run wires straight into the fuel hanger with the gas tank open just to finish dyno day. But even with that, we were still having this problem. So we spent a lot of time. I had to put the camera down, get in there with the guys from Lucky7, help them like rewire 3 or 4 times. And we also had some couplers blow off, which was difficult because I installed the couplers to the intercooler with the bumper off. So anyway, it took a lot of time and I didn't catch all that on film, but we got further and further. We switched the input for the fuel pressure sensor and we got that sorted out. But near the end of the dyno day session, we started having basically we think a boost leak, because we weren't able to get back to the previous horsepower we did with this engine last time, which was 404. We got to 387. So I got sent home with some homework, which I'm working on right now, and then we're going to chase down that boost leak and we'll go back. But the good news is the car is running really well. It does make obviously a pretty good amount of power right now, so I can drive it around much more easily. So next time we don't have to get the truck, get the trailer, go up there. I can just zip up there and zip back after just like completing the tune. So it's 80% done. Just to wrap up this video, I'm going to show you what we're working on as our homework. If this video is a little bit disjointed or whatever, please bear with us. It's been 3 months since we made videos, but we're happy to be back working with the FC. So let me show you what's going on here. So this is the fuel hanger. Everything was good except I had some bad connections in here, right here and right here, that could have just gotten worse over time because I had the wrong gauge wires. But now we got 10 gauge wires ran in here to fuel hanger. These are the stock fuel level sensor lines, so I just spliced into those and extended them so they're coming out here. And basically we removed this stock bulkhead connector, and I just filled this in with epoxy, and so now this is all sealed and the wires are passed through. So I'm just going to make a little harness at the end here to get everything connected. And then also the relay I was using, which is just kind of a standard relay. Where did I put that thing? Holy crap. was getting pretty hot, so I ordered a Hella relay, which is what was recommended to me. Wired that in, and so we have power now. So I'm just going to make a little harness. Oh yeah, here it is. I just had this EP Auto, like Amazon special relay, and it just wasn't I mean, it may have been fine, but it was too hot, and so we decided to switch to a slightly higher end one. I mean, you get a pack of like 4 of those for like $7, and this Hella relay is 14, so hopefully that does better. Anyway, I'm working down in here, and that's pretty much it. So stay tuned for more. This is exciting to get back into this project and especially have things going well. So I'm going to go ahead, button up some things here. We're going to go to a car meet, and when we come back, I'm going to maybe do some driving with the car, show you how much better it's running, how efficiently it's cooling, which has been a big challenge for us. And then we're going to get back to the dyno. So just remember, stay kind to each other. Check out the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and when they ask you, tell them you want more.